Hey there. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see. Let's see if I can. There we go, a little bit more light. You can see I'm on the road. Day 30 here. Pretty chilly morning. Low to mid 20s. Jaw's a little bit frozen, so I might mumble a little more than usual. But I love these mornings. Car coming. Yeah. Yeah. Moon is so bright. Really didn't need my headlamp at all. It's great. I like to kind of do a few runs at different times of the day, just so your body knows what it's going to feel like to run at those times in an ultra. So early morning right now, not too early, but I like to do some night runs, test out my lighting equipment. I've got a few stories. One of my favorite night runs, a few years back, we had a super moon. Moon was really bright, and really have been wanting to do this big lollipop loop in Pisgah. Kind of run straight through Pisgah from my house, and then up to the mountains to sea, and then back to the mountains to sea, which included going past Pisgah Inn, and then onto the shut-in trail back to 5,000, which is Bent Creek Gap, kind of the halfway point for shut-in, and then back down 5,000 and back out to my house, which ended up being about 37 miles. It snowed, so the snow made it even brighter. It reflected. What a night that was. It's just one of those great runs. I mean, I didn't go fast or worry about anything. I just went for a run. It was Miles' longest run to date. I haven't taken him that long since. He was fine. He was happy because he had all the snow to eat and play in. But yeah, I just was able to go out for a run, and I didn't actually eat much. Never felt like I needed it. So it was just an amazing experience. Running through the night and just being out there, being alone and kind of experiencing it. Just allowing the run to dictate everything and pace. Such a fond memory. Put the kids to bed, went out, got out about 9:30. I think I got home around 3:30. It was just super cool, super fun. But yeah, it allows you to see what it's like, you know, when you know you're gonna be tired. I've been up all day. It gives you the wherewithal to know how you'll handle mentally when you're tired. Get groggy. Again, test out your gear, your lighting equipment. Speaking of which, the universe, the Lord, was telling me something when he told me I'm wearing my new headlamp. Just replaced the old one. This is the Quetzal Active Core, 450 lumens. It's got the core rechargeable battery pack. My favorite, most comfortable, versatile headlamp. Super light, and obviously sheds plenty of light. I use this in combination with the Ultra Aspire Lumen 600, the waist belt, which you know, definitely gives me more of a depth perception when I'm running on the trails. So that combination is perfect for me and what I do. But just getting practice with them, especially running long enough that you have to change out the batteries on your headlamp. It's good, especially to have that waist pack, give you a little extra lighting. So when you're changing, you've got some visibility to change the batteries. So, like I said, try to run at different times of the day, you know, in the evening, afternoon, overnight. It's all good practice, especially just being comfortable with being in the dark and being alone. Hopefully, many races you'll be able to have a pacer during the night. But if you don't, or if it's something like Grindstone where you pretty much go right into the darkness and you have to run by yourself, it's just good practice. Just being alone, getting comfortable with the darkness. So I was running to start out here, and I've got they call it the shorty. It's a hand grip for the GoPro. And so I run with it, and the camera's kind of tucked up to my arm. So I carry it when I'm not filming. But I started thinking back to when I used to do relays in college. My favorite was the distance medley relay, or the DMR. And for those that aren't familiar, you start out with the 1200 meter, which is 3 laps around an outdoor track. Then you pass off to a 400 meter runner, 1 lap. Then an 800 meter runner, 2 laps. And finally, 1600 meter runner, 4 laps. So, 2 stories. First was ACCs. I was running a mile prior. ACCs, who's indoors, it's at Virginia Tech, 200 meter bank track. So the mile was Friday night, the qualifier. We had qualifying heat, and then the DMR after. So coach told me, do whatever you have to do just to qualify. And we ended up having the faster heat. I ran 4:11 and qualified. Got a little cool down jog in. Ate a little bit and drank, and then had to warm up for the DMR. We had a solid team. Our 400, 800 guys, really, they were solid. Our miler was sub 4. So we had a fast team. My first time really running a 1200. So I didn't really know how to pace it. So my coach said, just stay on the back of the lead pack for 2 laps and then kick. Sprint the last lap. So that was the plan. So, the race starts, and I went, I just kind of fell to the back and waited to make sure there was no break. It's all the teams in the ACC. Again, this is before the expansion. So I think there's 12 teams or 13 teams at the time. And the pack just stayed together. We went through 800 meters, roughly half mile, at no, excuse me. Yeah. It's 2 minutes. And I just started moving out to lane 2 and kicking. And coming around that last lap and moving up through the pack was super exciting. It's like one of the final events of Friday night. Everybody's pounding on the track, cheering for their runner. I came past the wolf pack and oh man, they were screaming and pounding the track. I whipped around, 100 meters to go, still moving up, 50 meters to go, final stretch. I caught the leader, handed off in first place, and we never relinquished. We set an ACC record that night. Oh man, it was so cool. Next day, the mile final, I ran 4:08, and then helped in the 3K too. Scored points there. I don't remember what my time was, but I was pretty miserable. Pretty tired by that point. And then outdoor, my last year at NC State, I did the DMR as well. We went to Penn Relays up in Philadelphia. It's one of the coolest invitationals. It's 4 days of racing, high school through pro level actually. And I'd run the steeple, ran really well in the steeplechase. And then DMR was up next. I was the 1200 leg again, but I was going up against some Olympians, or then future Olympians, some of the best milers, not only in the country but in the world. So, you know, Geiger, my coach, just said, listen, you just do the same thing. You sit on that lead pack, that last lap, they're gonna kick, and you're set up to do it, so just go with them. So, so I did. 2 laps in, we're just, again, right around 2 minutes flat for half mile. We're just under. And I heard Geiger scream right before the bell lap, here it comes. And sure enough, as soon as we hit that line, 400 meters to go, it was like everybody just burst. And everybody just started kicking and sprinting that last 400. And I held on to those front runners. Oh my God, the pain was indescribable. So we came around the last 100. You can feel your muscles starting to tie. You're just praying for the finish. Praying to get to that handoff. And I held, there was a pack of, I think 6 of us. And I was right in there for the lead. Oh, what a feeling. Running with some of those guys. I have my turnaround point here. Oh, that felt so great to hold up so well against some of those big names. That was pretty cool. I got done. Coach said, just earned yourself a spot on the 4x-mile relay. I was like, oh my God. So, after having done the steeple and the DMR, I now had to do 4x-mile. And it was awesome. What an experience to be on the track. University of Arkansas was going for a world record. My first 2 legs were amazing. They were right up with the lead pack, and Arkansas was on world record pace. I was getting a little nervous because I didn't know what I had left in my legs. And then our 3rd leg went a little too hard to start and kind of lost it on that last lap and put us in no man's land, which I think kind of to my relief, because they were flying. Arkansas ended up missing the world record by 1 second, but it was pretty cool to be in that race. I just stayed right where we were. But you know, I pulled away a lot from that racing strategy. You know, go out easy. Either from the marathon on up, that's the strategy. Go out easy. Easier than you think. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen, but so yesterday I spent some time kind of mulling over, looked more into the elite start for Black Canyon. Saw that they're only doing 30 people, and that's men and women. So I think it's only 15 and 15 in each wave. I don't want to take one of those spots. Just like I said, I want to go out easy and run my race. I find that, you know, a lot of times I get caught up in the competition I think last year, Umstead, I guess that was this year. Whew, so crazy. Umstead did a wave start, and they sent a runner out. I think it was about every, I don't know what it was, 5 or so seconds, and I was like number 13 to start, so I was already a minute behind the leaders when they started, which was probably a good thing, because then I didn't go out too hard or worry about what they were doing or how far they were getting ahead of me. I was able to just run my race from the start, which I had some troubles in the middle due to the heat, but overall I was pretty happy with the run. It was a PR, so take that. But yeah, and all that to say, starting easy is the way to go. Let the race come to you. Oftentimes we have the goal and we get so excited in the heat of the moment, the anticipation of the start, and seeing everybody start and tear off the starting line. You know, it's way too easy. I try to practice it and preach it in workouts, you know, to my athletes and such. You know, start slower. You know, let the first interval just be kind of a warm-up, even if it's a little slow. You know, let it build over the course of the workout. Get faster as you go. Let that last interval be your fastest. You know, negative split. It always feels so good to run a faster back half. Obviously, depending on the course. But, you know, teach yourself that. Teach yourself that in runs. Make your first mile super easy. Let your body warm up. Often my first miles just naturally slow, just because the body does need to warm up. Then the body gets going and it kind of progresses. You get faster as it goes. But yeah, man, kind of going back to the dark runs. I remember training for my first Boston. I was teaching at the time, and you know, just based on my schedule, a lot of times I have to get the run in, you know, super early in the morning. I liked to kind of get my long runs in on Monday, since Boston was a Monday race. Kind of train my body so that, you know, I kind of felt like if I train long on Monday, you know, the body's gonna know, all right, Monday's your long run. Well, it doesn't work that way, but mentally, I think it prepared me. So Monday mornings, I'd wake up 3:30 a.m., you know, go throw down my long run, 18-20 miles, get home, get ready for work, go to work, try not to fall asleep. Training through the winter with the heat on in the schools. You just get comfortable, and hard not to, but anyhow, gotta do what you gotta do, you know, whether it's early morning, in the evenings, gotta get it in. today I just had a lot going on, family getting in town and all, so wanted to make sure I got my run in. I've got core, so I'm gonna drop my daughter off at school, then I'll do my core workout and then get my day going. So getting it done. That's the South Mills River, as you can hear to my right, or in the background. So right by my house, the two rivers come together. North Mills, that's where I was running yesterday. This is the South Mills. It's great. Nice little flat run. It's nice to let the legs turn over a little bit more naturally. But, you know, kind of mix it up. Get some good running, good paces. Road kind of keeps me honest. Love the trails, love their benefits, but every once in a while, like to just jump on the road and kind of get a good honest run in. Anyhow, that's day 30. I'll see you guys tomorrow.